happening in hockey.
Starting goalies brought to you by Shreddies, the official cereal of the CHL. The visiting team is the host team, the Saskatoon Blades. Andre Makarov, he turned 20 in April, Russian import goaltender. He's a free agent signing of the Buffalo Sabres. He has the best numbers among goalies, the only with a save percentage above 90, and he also has an assist. Telling us this morning that he's got an offensive player to his game, having some fun. Jake Patterson. He's 18. He's from Sault Ste. Marie. A lot of talk about the London goaltending, and Jake Patterson's been in a similar situation. In the OHL Championship Series against Barrie, London was facing elimination. They turned to Jake Patterson to keep the season going. He was terrific, and once again, he needs to have a big game to keep London rolling.
RJ, we saw a little difference in the warm-up for the London Knights, a little more engaging, if you will, than what we saw on opening night between these two hockey clubs. You know, Saskatoon wants to play a physical brand of game, and the London Knights feel now that they have a lineup with the addition of Paxton Leroux that can answer that.
Paxton Leroux, he'll be number 51 for London. He's not in the opening face-off lineup, but he had plenty of words with this man, Michael Furlan, number 27 for Saskatoon. Early shot. Aaron Dietz. He can be dangerous from the blue line. Wanted to test Patterson. See where his head's at. Blades. This is their top line, but a turnover allows Wolichka to touch it, head the other way. Won't be icing, so Wolichka, Dietz. Going along the end boards, coming in to help out is Josh Anderson. Anderson will send it back down low. Back to the line. Tommy Hughes got a shot. Bouncing around in front of the net. Blades have it now, and here's Michael Furlan. Prospect of the Calgary Flames. Only Maddox came up to intercept that, and 16-year-old defenseman Nelson Nogier. He's number 55 for Saskatoon. He'll have a bigger role tonight with Dalton Thrower suspended. Burns throws that puck in front. Here's Nogier. Tries to get a shot, and that's something the Knights do very well. Block shots. Colin Belfour drives it into the London zone. Seth Griffith moves it to Matt Rupert. He's playing with the Rupert twins. Back to Griffith. There's a big hit in front of the net on the young defenseman. And it's Seth Griffith going to the bench, and he seems to be the one that took the worst of that hit.
Yeah, that was a big-time collision.
Knights can ill afford to lose Griffith. He's been very good for them at this MasterCard Memorial Cup, accounting for the bulk of their offense. In fact, dating back to the OHL playoffs, he has a point in 9 straight. Chris Tierney threw it in front of the net, hit by everybody all the way down to Patterson.
Well, interesting start to this game. There's no real feeling out here. These two teams have seen each other once already. They know what's on the line, and it's pretty much get up and go.
Tierney can't come up with it. Darren Dietz, get used to seeing number 44 for Saskatoon out there. Sam talked about it in the opening. He will log a lot of ice time. He already did, but with Thrower gone, it just has gone up a few more minutes.
Curtis Decision, they have to give him a stop sign every time Dietz wants to come off.
Well, pretty good guy to learn from, Curtis Decision. What a great NHL career he had. One of the Blades assistant coaches. Bouncing puck right on Patterson. Knights quickly clear. It was interesting to hear Bo Horvat's interview with Gene at the start of the game, saying they won't leave their goalies hung out to dry tonight. So the team taking a lot of responsibility for those goals against, not blaming it on the goaltenders.
Well, as they should. I mean, they've had some defensive liabilities, no question. The goaltending has been subpar, but that combination is not a winning combination.
Nick Zajac trying to get the feet moving. Remy Alley, he came out of nowhere to get in front of him and stop him at the red line. And the puck is touched by London. There will be a tripping call. And that will be to Remy Alley. That means the Blades will get the first power play of the game.
Well, Dale Hunter looking on, and we'll keep an eye on Seth Griffith as he goes in to try and finish his check against Nogier because of the missed play. Looks like he ends up tweaking his right knee. And then Benoit on Harrington, a slew foot there, and Harrington quickly looking to the officials, and finally the penalty in this fray. You see Remy Ellie getting a little too over rambunctious.
Josh Nichols gets a shot. Dangerous one. Jake Patterson made the save. Darren Dietz holding the line. Up behind everybody's Bo Horvat.
works out well because Horvat didn't have great speed going in, but he does a great job using his body to protect. And as this puck leaves the zone, so too is Horvat, just cheating out of the zone a little bit. Now you see, because he gets it at a dead stop, he can't break away from Nichols, but he does a great job putting his body between he and the puck. And that's what forces Nichols to drag him down. If you look at the course of the Canadian Hockey League this year, roughly 29% of penalty shots were successful, and we'll see how things play out here when Bo Horvat goes one-on-one against Andre Makarov.
Bo Horvat was the OHL playoff MVP. Had 33 goals during the regular season, 16 in the playoffs. And this is a big one in the tiebreaker game at the 2013 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Bo Horvat a chance to open the scoring up against Andre Makarov. Here comes Horvat. Crowd booing. Horvat comes in, gets the forehand, and he scores! Makarov got a piece of it, and it just trickled in. Bo Horvat scores on the penalty shot, and the Knights lead 1-0.
Well, Makarov thinks he has this. He's so calm here with the blocker. He feels it, but he doesn't feel that as soon as he makes that step backward with his right leg that he actually drags the puck in. It's as he recovers from his knees, the puck's laying on his calf, and as he recovers right there, it falls off of his calf and in. This will show it the best. You see the puck sitting there, and then you see it into the back of the net. A good job there by the officials not to jump the gun with the call.
Well, that changes some momentum. Saskatoon was on the power play. Bo Horvat got the breakaway, hauled down by Nichols. And now it's a 1-0 lead for London. Bo Horvat, he has been clutch for the London Knights. So many big plays throughout the season and playoffs. And with their season on the line, that gets them off to the good start. Blades still have a minute 10 here on this power play. Aaron Dietz from Medicine Hat. Led to Shane McColgan. Blades get in over the line. Scott Harrington will be the first to it. And that will clear the zone. Maybe another odd man rush. Makarov realizes it and gets to it before Seth Griffith can track it down. That's good news for the Knights that he's back out there. Matty Stransky to McColgan. Back to Dietz. Blades moving the puck around. Bufal. Stransky can't handle it. Foul court. He moves it along the boards, and that will go out of play. The keys to the game tonight are brought to you by Irwin Tools. The makers of Ice Grip Groove Lock Pliers invite you to celebrate National Tradesman Day on September 20th.
Well, it hasn't worked out quite so well for the Blades because they've been on the penalty kill here, but they need to fire early and often and test the confidence of Jake Patterson. And for the London Knights, I think their job is just clogging the middle. We talked about Halifax getting so many odd man rushes with great speed through that neutral zone. London needs to get back to that trap and transition style of game.
Here's what happened. This is the delay on the faceoff. Stransky and Ryan Rupert. Ouch. Oh, boy.
Starts singing like Michael Jackson after that.
The referee came over and said something to Stransky. Didn't give him a penalty. Now, if you haven't seen the Twins from Grand Bend, Ontario play, the Ruperts, they can get under opponent's skin. Part of their game. They can chip in with some offense, too. Blades running out of time on this power play. 15 seconds to go. Maybe a chance. Siemens. There's a shot. Not to the corner. Siemens has it again. Stransky wraps it around. 5 seconds to go. Eric Benoit's playing the point. He tried to move it in deep again, and Tommy Hughes, he got it, sent it down. Remielli's back on the ice. Not only did the Knights kill off that penalty, they scored on that Bo Horvat penalty shot. Brett Stolman, number 38 for Saskatoon. He was a beast last night against Portland, blocking shots. Really good on the penalty kill. Some question if he'd be able to play tonight. It's got to be all littered with bruises, you'd think.
Hop in the ice bath for a while and then go get him. I mean, that was one of the best PK shifts I've seen all season.
Well, a big hit at center between Sutter and Welichka, but it's a glove pass, and it's the reason for the whistle.
These two teams met on opening night here at the Credit Union Center, and here's how things look. Saskatoon really wanting to get into it, but the London Knights weren't really buying in. Well, it was a completely different story in this game. Just patrolling the red line, Ferland, Paxton, LaRue having words with one another. They might be dance partners a little later on, and both teams straddling that line, just trying to mark their territory.
Knights trying to establish something in the Saskatoon end. Won't happen on that attempt. Brett Warlichka, he's a London native, gets it over to Max Domi. Domi moves it back to Broadhurst. Nice shot, big rebound, Blades. Clear the zone. That's knocked down by Ferland. London touches it, so it won't be whistled for the high stick. Scott Harrington, property of the Pittsburgh Penguins, captain of the Knights. Had his game face on today.
He was in a foul mood, wasn't he? You don't see that often.
No, you don't. He knows what's at stake. Blades know what's at stake. A loss means season is over. Matty Stransky throws it into the London zone. Blades haven't tested Jake Patterson with any great opportunities yet. Stransky trying to work behind the net. Matt Rupert comes in. He hits Stransky. Benoit comes up to center, and he checks Josh Anderson. Here's Ole Matta. Doesn't have a point in the MasterCard Memorial Cup yet. He's the defenseman leader in points for the Knights during the regular season. Also led them in the playoffs.
Seems as if all the Knights have been a little off the mark from what they were in the regular season in the playoffs. That's what great competition will do to you.
Chris Tierney. He's flying into the Saskatoon end. Got a shot on Andre Makaroff. Makaroff made the save. Josh Anderson, stick handling in the corner. Comes back to Zadorov. Traffic in front of the net. That missed everybody. Eric Benoit. Pass ahead to Lucas Sutter. Blades are offside. Didn't touch the puck, so play continues. And now it will be whistled. The Knights ice the puck. They also get the first goal. It just trickles in. The Bo Horvat penalty shot. We've played 7 minutes, 38 seconds of this hockey game. Still in the first. Face-off win by Lucas Sutter created a chance. Back through ball. High shot on Patterson. Puck comes out of the corner. Here are the Knights. Dakota Mermis, a native of Illinois. He wraps it around. Chris Tierney. Down low to Remy Alley. Puck's bouncing around. Knights have it. Mermis gets it to the front of the net. That's knocked down and turned the other way by Lucas Sutter. Sutter, a second-round pick of the Winnipeg Jets. Balfour's shot. That's square off the shin pad as Mermis sat there for him, and he moved it outside the line. Balfour on Mermis again. This time the puck gets deep. Nathan Burns, a steal down low in front of Balfour. Can't shoot. Siemens will. That one missed the net. Balfour and Mermis. They've seen a lot of each other this shift. Blades putting some pressure on. Bo Horvat trying to streak down that left wing side. Horvat drags it to the inside. And a good recovery by Siemens to poke it off his stick.
A nice job by Burns just to hound Horvat all the way down the ice as well. They didn't give him too much room.
Balfour, he's out there for a while. He sends it in, hits off. Tommy Hughes, overage defenseman, London native, number 14 for the Knights. You don't hear his name too much. He's doing his job.
Yeah, he's been a little out of character. -5 so far in this MasterCard Memorial Cup, and already he's looked better tonight.
Oh, Horvat, he stepped up. He's been the best player on the ice. He's the top-ranked prospect in this game, sitting at 15th among Central Scouting's North American skaters. There he is, number 53. Puts it back to Hughes. That shot hit some bodies. Big bounce off the end boards. Anderson poked it away from Makaroff. Michael Ferland. Pass ahead to Josh Nichols. Nichols is tied for the team lead in points this season. Puck bouncing around. Ryan Rupert. He's with Max Domi. These two can fly. Domi. Trailer was Matta, and that pass just got in a little tight. Wanted the one-time. Nichols, he's being hounded by Domi. Now Scott Harrington has the puck. Gets it ahead to Ryan Rupert. Alex Broadhurst. Chicago Blackhawks draft pick. Goes down low, gets to it before an Auger. Stransky. He has a couple of goals in the tournament. He has 40 during the regular season. Benoit tried to walk in. He missed the net.
Tyler Perry back on defense here tonight for the Knights.
Domi. He's working against Duncan Siemens. And now Domi's being pinned down behind the play by Siemens, and that will result in a roughing penalty to Siemens. Well, it is quiet at Credit Union Center. They don't like that their blades are going to be shorthanded, already down a goal. The Knights get their first power play chance of the game. Max Domi, solid on his skates. He was being pushed around by Graham Craig. Domi has it again. Back to Broadhurst. That shot missed the net. Horvat knocked down by Dietz, and that allows Dietz to clear.
Well, RJ, it's really no different, Glenn Gulletson, what he's doing here with Saskatoon than what we saw Bob Hartley do last year with Eric Veilleux and the Shawinigan Cataracts. And to a man, they said it really helped out. It's just a different voice, a different point of view. And so Gulletson trying to do the very same thing here for Saskatoon.
Horvat to Broadhurst. He's a forward playing the point right now for London. Ole Mata, he's the defenseman down in the corner, has the puck. Domi. Max Domi had a great assist. Came on a power play. Between the legs, saucer pass over to Bo Horvat. Knights having trouble getting a chance like that right now.
Another block by Stoven, and he is shaken up once again, shaking that left wrist.
Here's Seth Griffith. He's in over the line. Prospect to the Boston Bruins. Griffith right back behind the net. He'll send it all the way to Ole Mata. Now it's Broadhurst. Back to Mata. Domi. Pass over to Horvat. No look pass got to Griffith. He just wasn't in a good position to shoot. 25 seconds to go in this power play. Knights throwing the puck around well. Seth Griffith. He slides it back to Mata. He's a first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Penguins. That shot bounces in front of the net. Dietz got to it. And he again is the man who clears it. Short-handed, first man to it is Valcourt. He is content to use his big frame. The Red Deer native trying to kill off a few more seconds. Does a pretty good job of it. And that's it for the penalty to Siemens. Lights kill it off. They're back to full strength. Chris Tierney, second-round pick of the San Jose Sharks. Trying to deke around Craig. Got around him, left the puck go. Brett Wilichka back to Tierney. Blades are back to full strength, but Knights are setting up like it's a power play. Shot from Tierney off the body and goes out of play. Let's take a look at our top scorers. Brought to you by Fram Filters. Participate in the Fram and Prestone Drive to the Cup hockey bracket. Visit www.drivetothecup.ca.
Nathan McKinnon has been absolutely brilliant through 3 games and resting up for Sunday's final. The same can be said about Ty Ratty with a couple of highlight reel goals. Josh Nichols with 6 points. And Eric Pouliot from the back end for Portland, putting himself well with 5.
Blades have been good on the penalty kill. They've killed off the last 7 penalties they've taken. Back to full strength. Knights getting some chances. Tierney. He's had a dangerous shift here. Andre Makarov. 2 saves. This is the top line for the Blades. Josh Nichols, Michael Ferland, and Brendan Walker. Ferland along the boards. Comes out to center. Darren Dietz never stops moving. There's Duncan Siemens. Dietz, property of the Montreal Canadiens. Hard pass. Nichols had it on his stick. Fedorov got to him in a hurry. Tierney will let that just go outside the line. Knights, they need a change. Dietz takes a look. Right off the bench is Nathan Burns. Burns trying to cut to the net. 2 Knights there. Harrington, little support from Matt Rupert. No chance for Burns to get that. Matt Rupert, he's had a foot injury, feeling better every day. Playing with twin brother Ryan Rupert. That hasn't happened for a while due to that injury.
And those guys were really, really effective, I thought, last year at the MasterCard Memorial Cup, playing that gritty, grind type of game.
But a pretty good guy with them, too, in Austin Watson. Big hit down low by Tommy Hughes. Eric Benway. He gets crunched by Mermis. It's in front to Stransky. Another chance for McColgan, and his stick was lifted before he could shoot.
There's that attention to detail with the forward supporting the defense for London. Rupert comes back and takes away a good chance right in the slot.
Pass caught by Broadhurst. Probably a baseball background somewhere there for the Illinois native. Bo Horvath. He chases that puck down. He has not lost many puck battles tonight. Takes a hit from Belfort. From one knee, still trying to control. Broadhurst. He was looking for Horvath with that pass. Horvath has it now. Remy Evans. The rookie. Hides it in front of the net. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Ellie has some time. Over to Broadhurst. Slides it back to Ellie. Shot from a sharp angle. Andrei Makarov made the save. Blades have a chance to clear. Nice, trying to keep this pressure on. Ellie spins right back into the Blades' end. Alex Broadhurst. Some help from Horvath. The open side, Nick Zajac will be able to clear. Scott Harrington had to back off. Now Zajac trying to get around Harrington. And the captain of the Knights knocks the puck away. Beats, he's pinching down. Blocker save by Patterson. Huge save for the Knights goaltender. Another shot blocked in front. And the Knights clear the zone. And they get the whistle. They ice it, though. That faceoff will come back in their zone. They had to rely on their goaltender here. Jake Patterson, his toughest save of the game. Get him a bib. Always something going on with Gene Principe. There's no eating during work hours, is there?
No, he's found a way to do it each and every night. Get a look at the Saskatoon Hockey Club. 51 days after being eliminated in the first round by the Medicine Hat Tigers, underwent some rigorous training, 7-week training blocks where they would train for 4, take a day off, train for 3, take a day off, at times 2-a-days. And they really felt to a man that they were in their best shape collectively of their careers coming into this event. And that should serve them well, because in the back-to-back games, RJ, that has not been kind to teams playing back-to-backs in this event so far. We've seen it happen to London. We've seen it happen to Halifax. Saskatoon is the third opportunity in this event for the back-to-back situation to rear its ugly head. And so far, Saskatoon is holding court.
And it is strange because the teams say they don't feel any different. They play back-to-back, sometimes 3 games from 3 nights during the season. But we've seen uncharacteristic mistakes by top teams. London losing 9-2. Halifax had a tough game against Saskatoon, making mistakes they don't normally make.
I think it's the level of competition and the unknown commodity, the unknown opponent that really make for the back-to-backs in this event particularly tough.
Well, if either of these teams hope to win, they'll have to play at least 2 in a row. Blades would have to play 3 in a row to get to Sunday's final.
And they could look to last year's blueprint with the MasterCard Memorial Cup winning Shawinigan Cataracts. There's a lot of similarities here. Both lost their first game by a goal, but showed that they were going to be competitive. They both won their next game convincingly, lost their third game, and here we are in the tiebreaker where Shawinigan really battled to a 6-1 win, 1-7-4, and of course that Anton Zlobin overtime winner in overtime to beat the London Knights last year sealed the deal.
Beats. He took a shot, and Jake Patterson able to make the save, and he's going to have a little chat with Ole Mata and make sure they're on the same page.
Well, you know what? I think coming into this game, the message to Jake Patterson was, hey, make the first save. And collectively, led by Scott Harrington, their captain, the defense said, all right, if you make the first save, we'll take care of business the rest of the way. That's been the case so far, although there haven't been a ton of shots.
Blades winning some face-offs, getting the puck to the net. Finally, the Knights, they collapse in front, send it down the ice, and Knights are in that mode where they're just willing to ice the puck, get those face-offs. They don't care if they can get a change in or not. Well, I don't know if that bowl of cereal's done yet, but Gene, how are you doing with that?
RJ, I'm glad you kept talking, as I was just trying to finish up the cereal. It tastes so good. Crosby is back. Is the most dangerous player in the game on the march to another Stanley Cup? Subscribe today at sportsnet.ca/magazine.
Matt Foosball He's a Saskatoon native, leaves it behind the net. Darren Dietz comes outside the line. Oh boy, I thought that was outside the line. The crowd oohed and awed too. Saskatoon was able to clear, so nothing materialized. There won't be any controversy there. Ball starting the rush for Saskatoon. Last man back. He got around Seth Griffith, and this is whistled on the offside.
Some disjointed play now. Stransky having words, didn't think it was offside, but even going back to London, they can frustrate you in a way that they'll ice the puck. And again, we've talked about the changes here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. In the Ontario Hockey League, you can ice it all day long and still get your changes. Here in the MasterCard Memorial Cup, if you're in your own zone behind the blue line and you ice it, you cannot make that change. If you're in the neutral zone and ice the puck, you can make a change. And so London doesn't seem to be bothered by doing either to this point.
Duncan Siemens on the board, down by Murmas. He got a shot on. No rebound for the Knights. Two Knights working against Duncan Siemens, the first-round pick of the Colorado Avalanche. Kearney gets it to Zadorov. He knew there was a man near him. Had to play it quickly. Comes to the line. Murmas can't stop this one. Nikita Zadorov touches the puck. A high sticking call. Lucas Sutter is less than thrilled. Max Domi, he's checking to see if this will be more than two.
Sutter was all over Domi inside the Saskatoon zone, and Domi turned around and clocked him, and I mean clocked him right in the chops. So Sutter then went on him working. There's a couple of cross checks. Domi said, hang on a sec, I've had enough. Don't do that anymore. I've had enough, and now take that. So Sutter snaps the head. Nothing's called there. And Sutter would continue to try and chase Domi down. Hack, whack, slash, and then finally the high stick into the teeth.
Knights get their second power play of the game. That is well up and out of play.
It's always that retaliatory penalty that's called. I mean, you could have called the first one on Domi when he came back at Sutter, and when that wasn't called, you have to have the composure to know that the second time around it's going to be. It's a really tough thing to do, but in these all-important elimination games, you have no choice but to maintain that composure.
Chris Kearney trying to make a pass over to Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov, number 65. He's had a shot. Scott Harrington was there and got a stick on it, knocked it out of play. Let's have a visit with Gene again.
Well, RJ, yesterday it was a firing of a coach, Alain Vigneault. Today, the hiring of a coach, Patrick Waugh, in Colorado. Who knows what will happen tomorrow, but whatever happens, Hockey Central will have it, courtesy of Playoff Extra, daily at 5 p.m. Eastern on The Score.
Face-off, won by the Knights. It took a big bounce off that corner. Came in front to Jake Patterson. He was alert. Shot all the way. Seth Griffith comes to center. Knights on the power play. Minute 20 to go in the period. Griffith all the way around. Now to Ole Mata. Back to Griffith. Griffith gets a chance. Well, you know what that hit? Straight off the post. Griffith again. Looking for somebody open. He'll just drop the puck off to Domi. Go down low. Horvat's in front of the net. Can't get a shot. Mata. Over to Horvat. Griffith. That's Domi in front. Got it to Horvat and a big save. Makarov, he spots the puck in the scrum and hangs on.
Makarov starting to get upset now with all the traffic being thrown his way. A little hack in the back of the legs of Ole Mata in the aftermath of the save. And Griffith able to hit the post here. He just gets it a little too far back in his stance to do anything, so it's more of a sweep towards the net, and that's why he didn't find the back of the net. And then Bo Horvat spin to win. Makarov tracks it well, covers it up.
40.9 seconds to go in the period. Seth Griffith will be ejected from the draw. In comes Chris Tierney. He's a face-off man too. Wins it. Harrington down to Zadorov. He had the game-winning goal on the power play. Tried to be the playmaker in this game. The game-winning goal in the first game against Saskatoon. That was the first game of this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Zadorov had the game winner. Puck comes right to Tierney. A quick stick handling, he missed the net. Griffin, he's hit by Siemens. Gets out of that mess. Brings it back to Zadorov. 10 seconds to go in the period. Knights running out of time. And Benoit got a stick on that Zadorov shot, and that's out of play.
Well, Seth Griffith in this London power play really disjointed right now. Yes, they did hit a post, but it just doesn't seem as crisp. And a perfect chance here for Tierney. He brings it back to the forehand, but can't get it to go. And, you know, Dale Hunter also talked this morning about getting goal support for his goaltenders because that's been the hot topic of conversation. Well, they've done the first thing here. That's score first. But you need to add to that total to continue to give your hockey club confidence, especially your goaltender. Allow him to play with a little bit of a pad.
6 seconds to go. Knights win the faceoff. Got a shot. 2 seconds to go. That will do it for the first period. Just the one goal. It was a nice one. Bo Horvat created a penalty shot situation while shorthanded, went in and scored. And the OHL playoff MVP has opened things up for London. 1-0 lead after one. Let's go up to Darren, Nick, and Davey.
Much different first period than London's last outing. Play of the first period brought to you by Stag Chili's Saves for Success program, where saves made resulted in contributions of $30,000 to minor hockey teams. Go to stagchili.ca to see the winners. Nick?
Pretty good example of why scouts in the NHL are pretty excited about Bo Horvat as he comes in and puts the all-important first goal in on a penalty shot. We talked on the top of the show how London needed something positive early in the hockey game. They got it with Bo Horvat.
Don't think Saskatoon's happy with their opening frame, not just because of the scoreboard. We'll explore that. The first intermission here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
How horrifying is that you can make a great stroke and it could still miss?
Find your balance point today. Call now.
Saskatoon have had really one game this whole season where their season was on the line, and that was their game against Halifax in the round robin. If they didn't win that, there was a good chance they wouldn't be in this tiebreaker game, and they played terrific in that contest. So once again, they have to play desperate. Even in the playoffs, they knew they'd be in the MasterCard Memorial Cup. So that desperation didn't need to be there. It has to be there tonight.
And you to last night's game, and you can't help. Human nature kicks in and says, boy, we have this golden opportunity. If we win this hockey game, we're going to go right to the championship game on Sunday. That's a hard thing to overlook. And when you have that letdown from letting that opportunity slip away, it's tough to regenerate that emotion. But now the Blades' backs are against the wall. They're going to have to find a way and lean on some of that mental coaching they had over that 51-day layoff to get it back, to get that emotion that Gene talked about back into their game.
Saskatoon's only down by one. It was a penalty shot goal by Bo Horvat. Lucas Sutter on the face-off. You can tell this is an important one. Alex Broadhurst trying to get every advantage he can get, and there's a long discussion between the linesman and Broadhurst. Everybody ready now? Puck's dropped, Sutter wins. Sutter trying to face it down in the corner. Darren Dietz. He had to rehydrate after that first. He'll be busy the rest of the game. Max Domi. Pass all the way across to Tierney. Broadhurst on the boards finds Harrington. Back to Zadorov. Zadorov a wrist shot. That missed the net. Broadhurst again. Pokes at it. Got it to Harrington. Now the Blades clear. Jake Patterson. He's not afraid to play the puck. All the way up. Blades were on a change. And Tierney with a bouncing puck. Somehow that went offside. Here's Gene Principe.
RJ, a reminder, a hero's drive, the Greg Moore tribute, happens tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Mountain on the Score. Meanwhile, Indy 500 coverage begins Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain on Sportsnet East, Ontario West and Pacific. Rob Falls, Paul Tracy, Bill Adam, and Todd Lewis on site to set up and break down all the racing.
Knights have the last change. They're the home team thanks to their round-robin win over the Saskatoon Blades. So this is the matchup the Knights want against the Blades top line. And that's Josh Anderson, Bo Horvat, Brett Valichka.
And I think Hughes and Mata also a big part of that, especially Hughes has been a really good shutdown guy all season long for the London Knights. So he and Mata out there as a five-man layer of defense, if you will.
Josh Anderson, that reach allowed him to check Furlan. Two ball bump with Anderson. The Columbus Blue Jackets prospect sent it back to the corner. Now Michael Furlan starting away. He was better than a point per game in his short time with the Blades when he was acquired at the trade deadline. Welichka's pass is off a skate. Blades clear the zone. Knights were offside. Had to regroup. Welichka gets back onside. Here's Bo Horvat again. Sharp angle. Andre Makarov. He knocked it down. Blades on it. Brendan Walker, the captain of the Blades. Head to Michael Furlan, the Brandon native, knocked down by Josh Nichols. A lot of Knights were back. Pass across to Siemens. Oaks it ahead. Walker has it. Furlan. He just missed the far side. Knights converge in front of their net. Josh Nichols handcuffed a bit with it. He got it on goal, but Jake Patterson made the save.
That's a little more like it for the Blades. You got to start getting pucks in. As Brendan Walker said to Gene Principe, bodies to the net. Down low, a little inside out, and back out to Nichols for the shot on goal. But again, the key there, no rebound given up by Patterson. But you have to appreciate the effort of the Blades, realizing now that the clock is not really their friend at this point.
Matt Rupert pokes it ahead. He got behind the defense. Put it in front of the net. There was Scott Harrington. Passes behind him. Ryan Rupert in front to Griffith. He was hollering for that pass. Got a good shot away. Andre Makarov comes up big for the Blades. Matt Rupert. Pass in front. Seth Griffith reaches. He gets to it. Graham Craig. He's playing hard on Griffith, and then Griffith eliminates him. Scott Harrington had lots of time, and he spotted Seth Griffith there. Griffith trying to go to the net. Makarov took a look behind him. It's poked loose. This time he's able to hold it long enough to get the whistle.
Some of the chipping is starting to pick up in this game. I think we saw signs of it at the end of the first period, especially with Sutter and Domi. Now Burns says he wants to go with Griffith. The officials will get in the way of that.
So will Matt Rupert.
Penalties will be handed out here, and good job here by Griffith as he makes a nice move to buy himself a little space, and he fires a bullet off the shoulder of Makarov and then tries to drive hard to the net with the backhand. The puck squeaks free. Second chance finally covered up by Andre Makarov.
First time in this game we'll play 4-on-4. Burns and Griffith in the penalty box. Oh, there's more coming. Ryan Rupert's in there. Shane McColgan's in there. Plenty of conversation, too. All it takes is a second meeting in this tournament. They getting to know each other a little better.
I get the hate on a little bit, but, you know, there is other ways than creating offense to find some of that passion and emotion, and maybe Saskatoon is looking to use that physical edge to draw from.
Well, because there's extra penalties there, they will play 5-on-5, not 4-on-4. Off the face-off, Platzer able to control, got it to Ellie. Platzer from Waterloo, Ontario. Where's number 91? Puts the puck down low to Remy Ellie. Ellie working against Matt Ravel, rookie player for the Blades, number 16. Recently turned 17. Into the London end. Get it in front of the net, though. Nikita Zadorov is set. Brett Stoneman. Leaves it for Zajac. Zajak's hit into the boards, has drawn the penalty. And London will be shorthanded. And maybe there's something happening here. Siemens and LaRue. LaRue inserted into the lineup for the first time in this MasterCard Memorial Cup to add a little toughness to the London team.
There's no doubt after the last set of penalties with Griffith, McColgan, and Burns that Dale Hunter wanted to make sure that that physical edge was being taken away from Saskatoon right away. So he throws LaRue out there. And bad penalty by LaRue. That push. I mean, that's dangerous. You don't want to see that. I'm all for hard, good physical play and whatever else to the boards, and in that dangerous area, there's no question that needs to be penalized. And the thing is, it's Zajac who's down on the ice, and I have loved his minutes in this tournament. He's given Lauren Mulliken limited minutes, but every time he's been out there, there's a buzz. He's flying around, he's near the puck, he's making things happen, and good to see him get up under his own power. Steve Hildebrand, the trainer of the Saskatoon Blades, is giving him a little push to the bench. And if you're Lauren Mulliken, you hope this guy's okay, because I think this as this game wears on, he's fresh from those limited minutes. He can have an impact in this hockey game.
It is a 2-minute penalty to LaRue.
Brendan Walker's out there questioning that maybe there shouldn't be more here.
Well, hang on a second. Let's add another 2 to that.
There it is. I'm in agreement. I mean, that's in a tough area when you have your back turned and you're 3 to 5 feet from the boards. That's a very vulnerable position to be in.
Blades have a terrific opportunity to even the score here. Maybe even take the lead. 4-minute power play for Saskatoon. Brendan Walker on the faceoff. Aaron Dietz, third leading scorer. Right defenseman in the Western Hockey League, takes a high shot. That whistles off the glass. Matt Pufall. Over to Dietz. Knights trying to be aggressive on the penalty kill. That took a big hop off the boards. A 3-on-2 shorthanded for London. Bo Horvath. Over to Mata. Shot save, rebound save. Now the Blades trying to go the other way. Caught behind the play is Tierney. Bo Horvath trying to catch up and irritates Nichols just enough to get back there. Now he has the puck. Sends it ahead. And behind the play is Anderson. Josh Anderson couldn't get that puck controlled to cut to the net. Aaron Dietz got back, but Anderson, he's working hard down there. Short-handed. Moves it back to Mata. Another shot from Mata. A big save by McNamara. Best chances on this power play have gone to the Knights short-handed. Blades get to the line and they're offside.
Boy, Andre Makarov really key here for the Blades just to keep them in it and keep this thing at 1-0. And when you're short-handed, you don't want to give up another one as they did in the Bo Horvath penalty shot. But Makarov makes a couple of good saves. He gets tied up and then he's forced to do it once again. And a good shift here by Josh Anderson. Just controlling, protecting the puck, being hard on the puck, winning that race against Dietz. And that led to the second really good left pad save by Makarov.
Matt Ravel getting some time into the Blades lineup. Young player from Abbotsford, BC. Pass ahead to Valsport. Blades having some trouble here. They can't get set up. They've iced it. 2:34 to go in this power play. Face-off coming into the Blades end. Chance to talk to Gene.
Well, we switch sports just briefly for now. RJ, to tell you about the UEFA Champions League final. Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich. Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Mountain on Sportsnet East, Ontario West, and Pacific.
Blades win the draw. Got to go the length of the ice to get this power play set up. Matt Pufall. His pass finds Lucas Sutter. Sutter dances over the line, puts it on Patterson, and he saves it. He hangs on to it.
Patterson comes up with another stop where he's able just to make the save and cover it up. And that's been so important in this game. And when he hasn't been able to do that and control the rebound, the defense has been good in front of him, taking away those opportunities. But that's a shot from that far out. The goaltender at this level should make all day long, and Patterson did so.
22 seconds to go in the first minor. The Paxton LaRue took a double minor for a check from behind. Knights win the faceoff. Bo Horvath right in the center of that again. He comes in 1-on-3. Still has the puck. Bo Horvath circling back. Filling up more seconds. Trying to get it to his captain, Scott Harrington. He got there, moved it out to the neutral zone. Seth Griffith right back to Harrington. Some keep away for the Knights. They're doing a good job of it. First minor is over. Blades down by 1. Still early in this second period. Michael Furlan. He moves it back to the line. Pufall wasn't there, and the Blades will have to regroup.
And that was a position vacated by Dietz, and a little late on the switch, Pufall.
Well, this will be just an offside call. Blades were close to having too many men on the ice there. Another face-off deep in the Saskatoon end. The crowd getting restless here at Credit Union Center.
This has been a bitter rivalry that was created in Game 1. And it's Max Domi and Lucas Sutter. They've been at each other all game long, and you can just see them continue that every time they're on the ice, they're in each other's grill. Domi making no mistake that he's not going to be pushed around because he's a smaller player, and Sutter is as tough as they come.
Yeah, Sutter was third in the Western Hockey League in penalty minutes. Max Domi's really turned into an offensive threat. Showing he'll mix it up. You're right, Sam. Well, puck they jousted for it. It went out of play. Down to a minute 13 to go in this double minor. Blades just haven't established anything.
Yeah, and you know, you get in the situation where you're down a goal, and if I'm working with 4 minutes, I'm saying to myself, I want to get one of the first two. I want to have some urgency. I want to be able to tie this thing up and then have the opportunity in my second two to go ahead. And we just have not seen that urgency out of the Blades power play to this point.
Face-off win here. Maybe the Blades get something going. Eric Benoit gets it to Matej Stransky. Back to Benoit. High shot. That didn't hit the net. Tommy Hughes moves it down low. Shane McColgan was there. And Scott Harrington wins the puck battle. He'll skate it out himself. He'll lead the rush. Maybe another short-handed chance for London. Moves it over to Bo Horvat. Makarov has to come up with a big save. Referee wants him to play it. There are a lot of Blades around, and Horvat made sure he got there. He wanted that whistle and that face-off deep in Saskatoon's end.
You heard Bo Horvat telling Gene Principe right at the start of the game in his interview that the guys are ready, that Harry helped get us ready. And Scott Harrington on occasion will not be that big offensive guy in the National Hockey League, but in this tournament, on occasion, he has taken it upon himself to try and add that element, seeing that his team is lacking, and that's why he wears the C. He's a quiet guy. He leads by example, and when something needs to be said, he'll definitely jump up and do that.
44 seconds to go in this Blades power play. Knights win the face-off. They'll leave the zone themselves. They want to kill some time off. Sent into the Blades end. Makarov has to wait to play it. It's poked away. Broadhurst is in there causing some problems. Broadhurst has it in the corner. Not been a good first 3.5 minutes to the power play for the Blades. Josh Anderson, short-handed. He gets a high shot. Nick Zajac, he's back out there. That's good for the Blades. He was the one who was hit into the boards and was injured at the time. And a few Knights supporters cheering the London team as Paxton LaRue steps back on the ice. The double minor killed off by London. In fact, they had the best scoring chances during that time they were short-handed.
Missed opportunity for Saskatoon.
Aaron Dietz. He had to wait for the puck. Now it's dumped in. Merman. All the way ahead. That won't be icing. Makarov will play this. Way up high. Off the glass. And that goes out of play. It did hit the glass first, so no problem. Makarov, he was the busier man, and his team was on the power play. Busy with his team on the power play for 4 minutes.
One shot for Saskatoon over 4 minutes worth of power play. That's not going to make the cut.
Well, they have to find a spark. Good news for Saskatoon is they're only down by 1. Makarov rolling puck. They'll stop it, and Chris Tierney was a little too close for comfort, so they'll freeze it.
It's funny, you and I spent a significant amount of time with Andre Makarov this morning. He's about as candid a guy as you'll find, as big a character as I've ever come across in my 8 years on the job, and he was not afraid to say some things about his hockey club, feeling that maybe they lacked some of that passion and energy, but he wasn't the only one with that message, and they felt that that would be regenerated here tonight, and to this juncture in the game, it just hasn't been there.
Well, you're right, Sam. He's done his part, though. Chris Tierney down low, left the puck. Domi trying to get it in front of the net. Makarov, he made the defensive play, knocked to the side. Then he had to make a quick save on Zadorov. Tierney to Griffin. Duncan Stevens trying to contain Griffin. Griffin still has it. At the was easier said than done. Now Siemens, he's on Tierney's back. Sutter down there to help out. Colin Valcourt puts his head down. One of those acquisitions the Blades made at the trade deadline, and Max Domi back check, stole it, and Tierney smoothly into the Blades' end. Tierney to Domi. He can walk right in, takes a shot, and that's off a stick. The stick of Sutter, and it went up and out of play, and the net came off, and that will get the whistle.
RJ, we talked at the start of the game that London was going to be better, or wanted to be better, in giving up odd man rushes. Look at Domi. He gets on his horse here in what is a 3-on-2 situation. He comes right back, intercepts the pass, and immediately transitions with a pass to Tierney in the neutral zone, and ends up getting it back for a chance before it's knocked out of play on the block. I mean, that's attention to detail. That's supporting a deficiency in your team's game to this point, and good job there by Domi.
Shots right now are 21-11 in favor of the London Knights. No question who the busier goalie's been, and it was the Knights coming in. Question marks about their goal. Nobody knew till this morning who would be the starter. The Knights going with Jake Patterson, the 18-year-old from Sault Ste. Marie. Knights have done a good job making sure Blades haven't had quality chances. Graham Craig got shot. That doesn't get to the net. Perlin, power move in front. Patterson had to make a save. Walitska sent it in. Now there's Anderson. Back behind the net is Walitska. In front of the net, Horvat. Well, Anderson had time to walk right in, and Macaron made another save. Walitska steals. London pouring it on. Only Mata once the one-time shot. Look out, that was head high and wound up going out of play.
Anderson got a piece of it, so the faceoff will come outside. But Makarov again being called to the mat. And I think Warren Mulliken hit the nail on the head when he said his hockey club is just not winning battles right now. Loose pucks, London is on it first. And with a man in front, Perlin is there to try and take Anderson away, but Anderson simply beats him. Earlier on, Walker tries to walk the wall, and Harrington is having no part of it.
Approaching the midway point of this hockey game. Duncan Siemens drops it off for Darren Dietz. Dietz, hard pass. Finds Zajac. He's getting a little more time. Warren Mulliken sensing the same as you, Sam, that he's got a spark for his game.
Yeah, I've loved his minutes. I think Zajac's been a real key piece here. When you look forward for the Saskatoon Blades, the future is not particularly bright. So many draft picks given up. They will become a younger hockey club, and this guy right here is going to be a huge piece of that. Played for Team West in the 2012 under-17s. Played for Team Manitoba in the Canada Winter Games. So here's a guy who's already got some pretty valuable experience. This MasterCard Memorial Cup experience is going to help him moving forward. Key piece for the Blades in the future.
Blades going with a defense tandem of Max Boufal and Nelson Nogier. And London Knights, they ice the puck. Now Saskatoon, who will come up big. They're trailing by 1.
Switch your car insurance to Geico and we could help you save on boat and motorcycle insurance too. Other insurance companies are green with envy. Oh, no, I'm sorry, but this is all wrong. I would never say that.
Well, what would you say?
Well, I'd probably emphasise the savings. You know, lose that green with envy bit. Rubbish. It's just a reference about my complexion.
But the focus groups thought that
Focus groups? Geico doesn't use focus groups. Excuse me. No one told me we were using focus groups.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster. You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
Here's tonight's Stanley Cup game matchup.
Customize your fandom with the biggest selection of NHL merchandise. All 30 teams, every player in fully customizable apparel. Only at shop.nhl.com.
It's Stanley Cup playoff time.
Players like to be recognized for what they accomplished during the regular season, but they want to be remembered for what they did in the post.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are here.
Every highlight from every game, every night. Doesn't get any better than that.
Always can learn something when you analyze your opponents. Portland looked really good yesterday, and that might not be good news for the other teams here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
I thought he did a great job yesterday keeping his composure in a very, very tough situation. And it rubbed off on the rest of his hockey club. There was no panic, and Portland was full value yesterday.
Well, Gene talked about Taylor Lear. He was hit by Dalton Thrower. There was no penalty on the play, but now Thrower of the Saskatoon Blades has been suspended for the remainder of the MasterCard Memorial Cup, which could potentially be 3 games. Pass ahead to Ryan Rupert, trying to get him behind. It was offside. He gets knocked down, and now everybody's finding a partner in front of that Blades net.
Rupert was taken down, and he ends up running into Makarov. Bufall was the one who took Rupert down. He wanted to make sure that no one was going near his goalie. This is a chip ahead. Rupert chases it down, and right here he takes the cross-check right in the back. And it's Rupert who ends up going down into the legs of Makarov, and Makarov will use his stick as well to defend himself. And then everyone would converge thereafter. That's always the case when the goaltender is involved.
Well, Matt Bufall gets a penalty, so the Blades will be shorthanded. London's 3rd power play of the game. They're 0 for 2.
Nice
win the face-off. Here's Seth Griffith. He's the leading scorer for the Knights at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Mata over to Broadhurst. Looks in front of the net. Nope, nothing there. Domi. Back to Mata. There's a shot. That's blocked. Comes to the line. Mata's had to back off, and Lucas Sutter will be able to skate it out. Brett Stoven. Another blocked shot.
He lead the tournament in that category on one shift alone, but he's done it a couple of times here tonight too. What a warrior.
Seth Griffith makes a move. Watch it. Unbelievable goal for Seth Griffith. You won't see a better goal than that.
Oh boy, this is pure gold from Griffith. The offensive leader for the London Knights, and a guy that quietly goes about his business, doesn't get anywhere near the recognition he deserves. And it starts with a good pass out of his own zone from Ole Mata, and there Griffith just takes over and says, that's enough, I'm going to take this thing in and finish it off myself. And what's so impressive about this goal is once Makarov gets in front of the blue ice, that closes off a lot of the net. But Griffith not afraid at all. Right shot, top shelf, over the glove of Makarov and in, and the Knights lead it 2-0. That puck got airborne in a hurry.
That is a highlight reel goal.
Yeah, that's big league right there.
Seth Griffith, that's a 10-game point streak now, dating right back into the OHL playoffs. He has a point in every game here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. None nicer than that one.
It's funny, this guy's a really interesting story, you know, because Jared Knight, we saw him play with the Knights last year and a couple of years before. He was drafted by the Boston Bruins, and I think the Bruins, as they continued to keep an eye on Knight, they started to see things that Seth Griffith could do, and Griffith was bypassed in his first go-around in the National Hockey League draft, and then last year the Boston Bruins said, no, we can't let this guy go by. They pick him up in the 5th round, and it's a really good story of persistence and patience on the part of Griffith. Boston has a really good one there in the 5th, because at some point he's going to will himself into the National Hockey League, this guy.
Pass ahead to Ferland. Ferland maybe gets a chance, but Scott Harrington always so steady back there. Got that stick in position that's out of play.
More about having words now, but I think, and I felt this way even going back to last year, that Scott Harrington is the best shutdown defender in the Canadian Hockey League. And although Ferland had a step on him, he took a perfect angle of pursuit and then affected the shot, even though he was chasing Ferland down. We talked about Ferland having to be a key piece for Saskatoon in this game. One thing he's done well is stay out of the box, but the other element to his game is starting to produce a good wraparound attempt, somewhat of a chance there on the rush, but he needs to be more of a factor, I think, if Saskatoon has a chance.
This won't be icing. Makarov noticed that Tierney, first man in, played the puck ahead. Nick Zajac from Headingley, Manitoba. He stick hammers into the night's end. Shot with traffic in front. Warren Mulligan giving Stoven, Ravel, and Zajac a chance. Maybe a chance for Tierney. Oh, boy, the Knights are on tonight. Chris Tierney, Chelsea, 3-zip London.
Archie, we saw play earlier in this tournament where Max Domi makes one of the best passes you'll ever see in a Bo Horvat goal, but he has that vision here once again. And I love the patience in the part of Domi. You'll see the puck on the errant shot go back up the other way, and now it's a three-man rush. Tierney will start it. He'll give it to Domi. Domi with great patience. Waits. And he knows the whole time. You could tell by the way he had shifted his hips that he was going to get it back to Tierney. Tierney was left open. He put himself in a perfect position. Domi puts it right on his tape, and Tierney with a beautiful finish to the top of the net.
2 goals in 49 seconds. Might be more coming. Walichka back to Horvat. Walker saved by Makarov. Blades are reeling. Michael Ferland. He's trying to zip into the London end. Moved it back to Nichols. That shot never got to the net. Alex Broadhurst assisted on those 2 quick goals. One from Griffith, one from Tierney. That'll help you get the points going pretty quick.
Good strike offense. I mean, we've seen it from London in the past, and London starting to draw on the experience of being down 3-1 in the OHL Championship to Barrett.
Ferland got a long shot. Patterson to save, and we've talked about it, Sam. No rebound for Saskatoon.
Good clearing attempt thereafter. And London has committed itself to really supporting its goaltender much better in this game.
Josh Anderson, he's playing that power forward role, number 77 for London. Made it difficult for Siemens. Horvat right back down into the Saskatoon zone, so London had time to get a change in. Lead pass, Matt Rupert, what's in, stopped by Makarov, and then his defenseman comes barreling in. That was almost a 2-on-0. Andre Makarov, there's no question he's been the Blades' best player tonight.
Well, it's that traffic transition here for the London Knights that works to perfection, and after the turnover, it's drawn back, and Rupert is sent free. Well, boy, Makarov's had a tough night. He's had people all over him crashing into the crease, his own guys, London Knights players. He stood tall through it all, though. Talked about London supporting its goaltender. Saskatoon can do a better job at that. Just 13 shots on goal for the plate.
Colin Belfort. He has Stoven going to the net, took the shot himself. Patterson able to redirect that on a play, and then Patterson gets knocked down.
Alford on the drive-by.
That is a penalty that won't sit well with the coach.
It just can't happen. That's period, end of story. You're down 3-0. You have less than a half a game to work with. This cannot happen. I mean, that's completely intentional. Even if it's just a touch, it just can't happen. That's undisciplined, uncalled for, unnecessary. And that's just being too much of an individual when your team is down.
London 1 for 3 on the power play. They've got all kinds of momentum right now. Domi in front. Puck sitting there. Griffith retrieved. Seth Griffith. But Max Domi, do those two have any magic left? They're a highlight factory. Domi. Holding Mata. Back to Domi. Bouncing puck. Gets it back. Max Domi, lone man back there for London. Now he comes down low. Cross-ice pass. Broadhurst. He has 2 assists in this game. Domi to Mata. Mata to Griffith. Holy Mata. Seth Griffith. There's a shot. Off some bodies. Ole Mata loses the handle. That would come outside the line. London will have to regroup. That didn't take long. Here they are again. Griffith stick handling in. Oh, he stopped this time. Puck's loose. It's cleared by the blades. Seth Griffith has got the hands working right now. Right there.
Starting to take this game over now for the London Knights is Seth Griffith, the Boston draft pick, and Makarov again called to the mat. Has to make another fantastic save. And it looks like a harmless rush, and then Griffith is able to split the D, go to the backhand. And Makarov just tracked that puck. Doesn't waver one bit in making that save.
Pretty good chances in the first minute 10 of this power play for London. Saskatoon put it in front of their own goal. Graham Craig was the lone man there. He cleared it. There's Scott Harrington. Josh Anderson. 30 seconds to go in the Knights power play. It's been a big second period for the Knights. Chris Tierney, he has one of the goals. Back to Ryan Rupert. Tierney return feed. He scored from about that spot. Tried to get the puck in front. Blades cleared it. 15 seconds to go in this power play. Ryan Rupert picks up with some speed. Gets by one man. Pass off the skate of Siemens. Got a shot. Stopped by Makarov. Another save, Makarov. Harrington winds. Passes it. Tierney. Back to Harrington. He'll have to shoot in a hurry. Valcourt was coming out of the penalty box, and that one went up and out of play.
We all know we shouldn't use cotton swabs to clean or dry our ears. They even warn us, but we do it anyway. Stop. There's a better way. Introducing WaxVac, the safe and effective way to clean and dry your ears. WaxVac will help your whole family feel better and keep their ears healthier. Here's how it works. Unlike cotton swabs, which push dirt and harmful wax further into your ear and can puncture your eardrum, ouch! WaxVac gently draws dirt particles and moisture out of your ear rather than pushing it in. There's nothing else like it. WaxVac is quiet. Listen. Safe. Its unique safety guard prevents it from going too deep like an ear thermometer. And effective. See how gently it vacs water and dirt, leaving your ears clean and dry. You just empty it out when you're done. Doctors everywhere warn against using cotton swabs to clean your ears.
Don't use a cotton swab in your ear because it can cause significant damage.
No one likes water in their ears. Don't pound your head. Use WaxVac instead.
I know I shouldn't use cotton swabs to clean my ears. WaxVac seems like the perfect solution.
Sometimes cotton swabs hurt. If they like it, I love it.
What a great idea. WaxVac just makes sense.
Stop using other ear cleaners that don't work and stop using cotton swabs that can damage your ears.
Ow!
Call and order the WaxVac now for only $10. Every WaxVac comes with 8 soft, color-coded silicone tips for every member of the family and this handy cleaning brush free. It even has this powerful examining light. But wait, there's more. Call now and we'll double the offer. You get 2 WaxVacs complete with 16 color-coded tips and 2 cleaning brushes for only $10. Just pay additional processing. WaxVac is the gentle, safe, and effective way to clean and dry your ears. Don't wait. Call now.
To order WaxVac for $10 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-797-5125 or go to waxvac.com. That's 1-800-797-5125 or go to waxvac.com. Order now.
Shots are 30-17 in favor of London. That tells you who's been dominating. Stransky. He's a 40-goal man. Property of the Dallas Stars, trying to make something happen, doesn't work out. Chris Tierney from Keswick, Ontario. 18-year-old. Pass to Zadorov, and McColgan went down, and he's slow to get up in the blade zone. Blades are going the other way. Nathan Burns got a shot. Kind of an off-speed shot. Had Patterson reeling. Alex Broadhurst slows things down for the Knights. Makarov out to play it again. Gets it around the glass. Zadorov trying to pinch down. Burns pass. Picked off by Domi. Domi comes in with some speed. He's got some options. Tierney's open. Tries to spin. Can't get a backhand shot. Stransky. Line mates are on a change. Coming off the bench is Ajax. Stransky tried a shot. It was blocked. Zajac then. Tommy Hughes making sure he doesn't have anywhere to get that puck in front. Hughes did a good job. Duncan Seaman, Sherwood Park, Alberta native. He's being watched by Seth Griffith. You don't want to turn it over to him. Zajac trying to get a shot, runs into his man in front, Murmas. Now Griffith takes a look up. He's got some skating room. Dumps it into the corner. Speed of Matt Rupert. Got there first. Rupert over to twin brother Ryan. Brendan Walker. Wade's captain. Trying to inspire his team. Can he do it on this shift? Looks good going in. Fedorov takes it away. Walker has it again. Fedorov and Walker battling in the corner. Ryan Rupert, safe play, just lifts it up in the air. That won't be icing. That'll force Craig to go back, and he's hit by Matt Rupert. Darren Dietz came back to help out his defense partner.
And you'll see a lot of that from the Knights as they start to try and protect this lead a little bit. They have no problem picking it up.
Darren Dietz jumped into the play. Blades might have to do more of that, too. And here's the Knights. Something they do a lot in the Ontario Hockey League is ice the puck. That one just had nothing to go for ice.
Seth Griffith tried to get off before the whistle was blown, but it's not going to work. And Colton comes back to help out defensively, takes an elbow right in the chop from Zadorov. He's about 9'9" to start with. And if the Blades are going to look for some inspiration, here are the three guys they're going to look to do that with. Ferland and Walker both played with the Brandon Wheat Kings in the 2010 MasterCard Memorial Cup as the hosts, and Eric Benoit, 2011, with the WHL winning Kootenay Ice.
Well, timeout called. London knowing players on the ice were tired. Dale Hunter's team, 3-0 lead late in the second period. They don't want to give up any of this momentum.
It's interesting how Dale Hunter handled things after what had happened in that 9-2 loss, and he sat up in front of everyone and said, hey, listen, I've been on a bigger stage than this. I've lost games like this. It's just one of those things. You lose 3-2, you lose 9-2. What's the difference? You lose the game. And so I think his team took from that some of what he had talked about, came back. They had some time to prepare, rest, relax a little bit, and their game has been pretty good tonight.
Bo Horvat, Brendan Walker on this face-off with 1:05 to go in the second period. Walker wins it. Comes back. Dietz trying to pinch in. He couldn't get a shot. Has it, though, behind the net. These are tired Knights. Dale Hunter had to call the timeout. Josh Anderson looks pretty fresh, though. Anderson gets it right on goal. One-handed it on Makarov. Dietz hits his man Anderson, and that will result in a penalty here late in the second period.
And things look like they're starting to turn sideways a little bit here for the Blades. I mean, Dietz isn't that kind of guy, but I think some of the frustration and maybe all the minutes that he's had to play, he gets the elbow up into the grill of Anderson, and Anderson's slow to make his way to his feet. You see Anderson ring this thing around the net, and that's where Dietz meets him. And gets that elbow right up into the grill. Yeah, that's pretty evident, and that look will give you a very clear picture of why that was called. A little woozy is Anderson, and Doug Stacey, athletic therapist, out to give him a hand off the ice.
Well, there is some discussion. Linesmen and the referees are talking in front of the penalty box. 2 minutes is on the clock for Darren Dietz at this point.
I wonder if they're not going to add another deuce here. And there's long consternation on the part of the officials, and there it is, the scorekeeper. We'll see how this plays itself out.
Well, looks like it'll stay at 2 minutes for Dietz. Played short-handed again. London's 1 for 4 on the power play. Not much time to go here in the second period. 44 seconds. Blades win the face-off. Force London to start from their own zone. 35 seconds to go in the period. Scott Harrington Kingston native. Drops it off. Seth Griffith. He's been weaving through all kinds of blades in this game. Makarov with that look behind just to see if it squeaked past. Nope, you had it the whole time, Andre.
Ole Mata trailing up on the play. Ole Mata's been looking to fire here tonight. He hasn't had quite the offense in this MasterCard Memorial Cup as we've seen in the regular season in the playoffs, and especially last year. He was brilliant for London in the playoffs, and you can see him firing from just about every angle to try and get that monkey off his back.
Wade's another clear. Ole Mata takes a look. Josh Nichols, he's always dangerous for the Blades. Number 20, 6 short-handed goals this season. London with Max Domi come in. Blades clear one more time. Patterson will stop it behind his net. 5 seconds to go. He might even play this puck. Has to. Nichols forced him to do so, and well.
Listen closely. I have important news that may be of great benefit to you. If you or anyone you love needs health insurance right now, with or without a pre-existing medical condition, call the Health Insurance Helpline for immediate assistance and get the relief you deserve. The Health Insurance Helpline has been established to provide affordable health insurance for all uninsured Americans with or without pre-existing conditions. We're not talking about a discount card. We're talking about insurance programs that provide access to doctors, hospitals, and emergency services. Call the number on your screen now, and in minutes, you can have a choice of affordable health plans. And as a special bonus for calling today, we'll send you a no-obligation, no-cost prescription savings card, which can save you up to 50% off your prescriptions. Call the Health Insurance Helpline now.
Call now to receive your prescription saving card. Call 800-716-3559. That's 800-716-3559.
Terrific season. He had a hand injury just at the start of the playoffs, and really you can see as that hand healed, his point totals go up every round. Hand looked pretty good on that shot that he put upstairs after walking around the Blades' defense.
That's just a solid, steady player, Griffith. He's been that throughout his entire Knights career.
This is a power play for the Knights. Max Domi gets in, gets the pass over. Oh, Andre Makarov, an outstanding stop. And he needed to make that one, too, because his Blades, they can't fall any further behind.
Max Domi really distributing the puck well, but I think on a couple of occasions he needs to be a little bit more selfish and take this puck to the net. He's got a perfect opportunity right there to fire it. If I have a shot like Domi's, that thing is going to the net. Instead, he looks for the pretty play to get it to Horvat. It's a great pass, but a good read and react there by Makarov to stop.
Boy, you're hard on the boys with that one. Pretty good pass across.
It's a good pass.
Shoot it. Yeah, Knights are feeling good tonight. They've made some nice plays. I think Domi wants maybe more attention after that great pass he had earlier in the tournament. Moving it around well again, Griffith. He's checked by Valcourt. 15 seconds to go. The power play. Valcourt plays the body. He closed on Mata in a hurry. Plenty of support. Horvat came back. Knights keep possession. Final few seconds for the penalty to Darren Dietz. Can't wait to get out there. He's been standing up for a while in that penalty box. Domi, will he shoot this time? He listened to you, Sam. Missed the net, though. Blades are back to full strength. Josh Nichols, he just wanted the puck out of the zone. Pass to Griffith. He's been out there since the period started. Puck came back to him. This time he got it deep. Ball. There was nowhere to go. Ryan Rupert was right with him, stride for stride. Knights, you're wondering where the other 4 are? They're on their half of the red line, waiting for the Blades to come to them.
We'll see a lot of that from London here in this period. Not wanting to give up any odd man rushes and give Saskatoon any life at all.
Matt Rupert pass to Chris Tierney. It was a pass that was off the ice. Puck got in deep. That's okay with the Knights right now. Tierney in front. Scores! Ryan Rupert going to the front of the net. Terrific pass by Tierney. And it's 4-0 London.
Well, Tierney gets lucky here because he gets tripped up, and by the time he regains his feet, the puck comes right onto his stick. And then he waits for Rupert to come in. You'll see right here, he's taken down. And it takes Tierney a little while to get up after the slide. He gets up. Oh, okay, there it is. And then Rupert's there waiting for the pass as he gets behind the Blades defense, and he buries it into the back of the net. 4-0 London.
And it is still early in the third period, just 2:16 in. This is more of the London Knights that the teams in the Ontario Hockey League had to deal with all season long.
And that's just it. This is more of the London Knights that had to play 3 straight elimination games in order to earn its trip here to Saskatoon.
And this would be their 4th consecutive elimination game that they have survived. Should they hang on? 4-0 lead. Right now, the Knights might be a little fragile. They have given up a couple of 4-0 leads in the third. Maybe 5-0 will help. There it is. 5-0. Kyle Platzer gets in on the end. Knights, they'll breathe a little easier for sure.
Well, you heard Seth Griffith say that, yeah, we've been creating off the cycle, but we've also been doing a good job off the rush. It starts with a good pass from Patterson, and then a simple pass out of the zone, a chip play, and now a 2-on-1 is created as a result of the chip. Anderson pulls back, little sauce pass, and that's a nice finish for Kyle Platzer, for a guy who really hasn't played a lot in this tournament. To have the hands working that well, and the finish looks really good there from Platzer. Another one of those London Knights draft eligibles. He picks that thing out of midair to go 5-hole.
Kyle Platzer doesn't play a lot. Remember his name for next year when the Knights are the MasterCard Memorial Cup host team. He'll have a bigger role on this squad.
Yeah, that's just it. And we saw the Knights last year with the Horvats and the Domies who didn't get tons of opportunity. Now this year, those are the guys that London is leaning on. And then next year, it'll be the Platzers, it'll be the Ellies, Liberatis, guys like that who are listed on National Hockey League Central Scouting rankings. And just because of the depth this London team has, they're not getting the opportunities. But now this is a situation where Dale Hunter can play those Knights because, hey, he can start managing to worry about tomorrow's game.
So Lorne Mulligan used his timeout. Not a good start for the Blades here in the third. But quick goals in the first 3 minutes for London. There's another turnover. Josh Anderson gets those feet moving in front to Horvat. That was very, very close to making it 6. Right, Walichka, 3 Knights. It's a 3-on-2. Horvat back to Walichka in front of the net. Tuck up another one for London. They are rolling now. Nikita Zadorov. He puts one home. 6-0 London.
And that'll be it for Makarov as Alex Moody comes over the boards. He'll gather his equipment. And you know what? You can't blame Makarov for this one. He has done everything possible to put his team in a position to at least be in this tiebreaker. And again, good puck movement. It turns into a 3-on-3, but Zadorov comes bearing down on Makarov, and it goes off of his skate and in. Doesn't mind jumping up on the rush every now and then. Zadorov expected to go in the first round of the National Hockey League draft, and again, the National Hockey League War Room will take a look at this. On the phone in the penalty box is Nathan Wheeler, the Western Hockey League referee. You can see that distinct kicking motion. I think Zadorov was going in there more trying to stop than anything else. You see he's being taken off balance by the Saskatoon defender. And as the corner is turned there, it's Kyle Schmidt who's out there, who's working on Zadorov.
Here's one for you.
Yeah.
If it's disallowed, you put Makarov back in.
You just have that sense of impending doom. It won't matter now since they point to center ice, but you really get that sense of impending doom here. And even at 5-0, I would still feel that way. I think the building has lacked energy. I think the Blades in general have lacked energy, and Furlan and LaRue are talking now, so they may want to draw on that energy, but at this point, I'm not so sure.
Furlan's looking for it. LaRue wants to. Furlan's following him around right now, talking to him the whole time. Axton LaRue playing his first game at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. He's number 51 out there for London. And again, Furlan comes over to him. And that might be just a straight score clock move by LaRue because he doesn't back down very often.
Again, Dale Hunter recognizing that things might be a little different here, so he says, okay, I'm just going to put LaRue there to make sure things don't get offside.
Before Furlan goes off, there's another word or two for LaRue. Now they're in close quarters again. Cross check from Furlan. LaRue looks at him. There's a slash. Furlan. As LaRue skates away. And they're off on the bench now, the two of them. Blades have the puck in the London zone, and the net is off.
Here's the thing, RJ. I mean, you can sit on whatever side of the fence you want about fighting, but watching Saskatoon pretty much from the opening period, they lacked passion, they lacked energy, and so there is a way to change that. And some say fighting is the best way to change that momentum. Down 6-0 with 15 minutes left in the third period. If that's the tactic you want to use to gain energy, to gain momentum, I think you do it earlier in the game, when you still have that opportunity, when it's 3-0, maybe even when it's 2-0. And so these two will likely be back out on the ice again at some point, and we'll see if things develop in that regard.
Knights scored 3 goals in 1:06 to start this third period, or in a 1:06 span anyway in this third period. So it really fell apart for the Blades quick.
I was with you, RJ. At 3-0, you still have a chance. I mean, you look at London's history over the last couple of weeks in the Plymouth series and the Barrie series, they've given up a ton of third-period goals. So you have to say to yourself, hey, you know, maybe they're not completely confident in the goaltender. Maybe they're going to give up another third-period lead at 3-0. Let's go out and get a good start to this third, try and gain a little momentum. But it went exactly the other way. And the Knights said, all right, we're going to try and put this thing to bed. And not to bed yet, but it's not too far either. The pillows are out and the Chiefs have been pulled back.
Duncan Siemens tried to clear Nikita Zadorov with that great height. He's 6'5". Got a piece of it, but it went out of play.
And here's how things have gone for the London Knights. While shorthanded, Bo Horvat is able to get a partial breakaway. When he's taken down, he's awarded the penalty shot and makes good on it. Seth Griffith simply amazing to the top shelf. 2-0 at that point, and then good pass here across ice to Tierney. And a beautiful finish in the third period. Tierney on the giving end. And then Anderson, the Platzer. I love that goal for a guy who hasn't played a whole lot. Zadorov streaking into the crease off his skate plate, and in it goes. It was not intentional, so it counted. And that sealed the end of the night for Andrei Makarov. When I look at Makarov's game this tournament coming into this, he was the most consistent goalie and has played the best of any of the 4 teams. And I don't think you can lay any blame on Makarov for what's happened to the Blades here tonight.
Oh, you're right there, Sam. He really kept them in it, made some big saves. In fact, they had a 4-minute power play earlier in the game, and it was London that had the better chances during that 4 minutes. Skated by his bench at the TV timeout and shrugged his shoulders almost to say, guys, why am I the busy goaltender? We're on the power play.
And he wasn't wrong. They were outshot over that 4-minute stretch, 5-1.
Duncan Siemens. A lot of questions now. Who will be back for the Blades? This is a veteran group, a lot of 19 and 20-year-olds. Nick Zajac will be back, young player, number 17 out there, just lost his stick. So will Matt Ravel, Brett Stoven. They're the future of the Blades. They're getting a shift here. Lorne Mulliken said it. This team was built for a championship. The most veteran team here in the field at the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
The dynamic of the Saskatoon team was quite different, though, from the other league champions. And I look at the Portland Winter Hawks and say, man, they can come at you with 2 huge lines. Same thing with Halifax, maybe even 3 lines. And the Knights not too far different.
Well, the floodgates open. Pretty good eye-hand coordination.
Hi, Anthony Sullivan here for the Sticky Buddy.
This young line for the Blades again. Zajac moves it to Brett Stovin. Zajac, doesn't matter what the score is, he's still going full speed. Ali, Platzer, LaRue. Get another shift for London. We'll see lots of them. Ellie's from Green Valley, Ontario. There's Dakota Murmis. Kyle Platzer, wait for it along the board. Down low to Remy Ellie. Ellie circles the net, tried to get a shot on. This is the 4th line for London. It's a pretty deep 4th line. Axton LaRue. Gets back to the line. That stick's no good for Ole Matter. Team has possession. He'll have time to go for a change. LaRue went for a change too, so there's just 3 Knights out there, and they maintain possession. Now everybody's there. Shot gets right on Moody, and he's able to hang on. The London Knights, a big 3rd period. 3 quick goals, and they're up 6-0.
As they take on Baltimore. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Mountain on Sportsnet 1.
Nikita Zadorov, import from Russia. Head to Domi. Now Seth Griffith. Knights will do a lot of that. Just dump it in. Comes to Scott Harrington. Right back down low. Broadhurst and Dietz. They're in a stalemate along the boards. Pucks right by their skates. Both working hard to get it free. Dietz had it. Now Broadhurst got it. And then Harrington down low. Puck came in front. Moody, he was low. Made sure there was nowhere to shoot it. Broadhurst to Griffith. Hogan trying to check Griffith. He comes out from behind the net. Back to Harrington. Kept that onside. Shot from Harrington, blocked by Eric Benoit. Benoit coming in. Who's with him? Stransky was slow to get there. Pass to Max Domi. Takes it off the boards. Tried to get it back to Seth Griffith. Now Lucas Sutter. Son of Rich Sutter. Pass in front to Benoit. He scores. Rather, that's Nathan Burns. Burns gets the goal for Saskatoon. That breaks the shutout for Patterson. The Blades are on the board.
Burns, another one of the mid-season acquisitions for Warren Mulliken and the Saskatoon Blades. Doing a good job here by the Blades to transition. It's picked up by Sutter. Got his head up and looking to find his guy. Pulls up, goes to Burns. Burns goes to the backhand, and with the defense for London back right down. Burns does a great job going to the backhand, keeping it away from everybody, and you can see it's outside the reach of Hughes. Patterson out of position, and into the back of the net it goes.
White goal, his first goal of the tournament, scored by number 21, Nick
Well, Hunter goes right back to that 4th line. They spent a lot of time in the Blade zone. Nice move. 1996 born over to Brett Stovin. Another test on Patterson. Might have been missing the net, but he hangs on anyway.
There on that London bench.
Yep, a lot of the big names are. Up 6-1. Shot from the line. That was from Siemens. Missed the net, though. Tommy Hughes chops at it. Nelson Noger's out there again on the power play. Good stick by Remy Ellie. Some of those Knights penalty killers normally might be watching this thinking, my job's in jeopardy. Platzer and Ellie doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, all 3rd period long, both of those players have been good.
There's another play broken up, this time Platzer, but Walker follows up. Checked at the side of the net. Tyler Ferry tried to wrap it past Ferland. Goes all the way to Siemens. Front of the net, Patterson one save. Nichols didn't get to that rebound. Controls it, though. Brendan Walker. Pass to the back door. It was in the air. Ferland tried to knock it down. Ferland dealing with two Knights. Nogier stomps it at the line, and Platzer has lots of time. He's at the tail end of a shift. The penalty killers change for London. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the game. Shane McColgan. He led the Blades in assists during the regular season. Aaron Dietz. That hits. Two bodies, pinballs around, lines up in the corner. Dietz, this time he won't shoot. Hard pass over to Stransky. Ufall. He let a shot go, and Josh Anderson blocked it. He's able to get back. He's knocked down by Anderson. Takes the puck into the corner with him. That prevented Anderson from a short-handed chance. Josh Anderson, a power forward for the London Knights.
Columbus prospect, and the guy who really jumped on the radar last year. And again, really tough for scouts to look at a guy like that who has limited minutes. When he was out there, Anderson surely made his mark. And his time winding down before the start of this last shift, a couple of old buddies, Brendan Walker and Michael Ferland, played with the Brandon Wheat Kings together. Taps on the shoulder. Hey, old buddy, this is the last time we're going to get to do this. Josh Nichols add that to the mix, and those three players will see their final junior action here at the Credit Union Center tonight.
Kyle Platzer skates it out of his own zone. Remy Alley comes back. Knights are back to full strength now. Bouncing puck. Graham Craig, he'll have to hurry. Alley was flying in there.
He's an interesting guy for the upcoming National Hockey League draft, Remy Alley. And again, you would have had to have seen the Knights on several occasions to see him get the minutes you need to have scouted him properly, but there are a lot of tools in that toolbox.
Maybe some that really haven't come to the surface yet. There's a tough side that might develop as he gets a little more comfortable in the Ontario Hockey League.
And he matures more physically. That definitely may come out of his game, but the speed is evident. The size is there. Got a really, really good hard and heavy shot. They say that's one of his best assets.
Oh, here's Alley. Maybe a chance. Dietz has lost his stick. Fedorov is jumping up in the play. Alley, he'll be a power forward for the Knights next season. Brendan Walker. To Michael Ferland, the trailer's true fall, and coming back is Ryan Rupert. Josh Nichols got the pass into Ferland. Ferland nowhere to go with it. Send it in deep. Knights are going to take another penalty here. Moody, now in goal for the Blades, heads to the bench. The extra attacker won't get into the play in time. Just under a minute remaining. Blades, they'll go to the power play here.
Looks like Rupert will make his way to the box. Dale Hunter, his son Dylan, the MasterCard Memorial Cup winner with the Knights in 2005. That fantastic hockey club that featured the likes of Danny Sabrett and Corey Perry. Hunter, a big part of that, taking all the important draws for that Knights team. They got to do it on home ice, and they'll get a chance to do it again next year on home ice.
Number 64, Ryan Rupert, 2 minutes for booking. Probability, 19 minutes.
Aaron Dietz, back to Nichols.
19 minutes.
Lorne Mulligan rewarding his top line, top power play unit for their hard work all season. They'll finish this game off out there on the ice. Shot right to Patterson. 38.9 seconds remaining.
And speaking of the Knights, they'll obviously live to see tomorrow. And when they host the MasterCard Memorial Cup next year, it'll be their third straight appearance. 19 players are eligible to return on the roster. Now, there's going to be some overage spots that have to get sorted out. But one of the main criteria for being awarded the event is the hockey club that you will put on the ice. And Dale Hunter will have a nice group to work with next year as well, although the job not done here in Saskatoon.
Well, the Saskatoon Blades will go another season without a championship. They came close in '89 when they hosted the MasterCard Memorial Cup, lost in the final to Swift Current in overtime.
It's been a nice way to kind of bring some of those guys back. I think all but 2 or 3 of the 89 players were back here in what was a strong alumni setup in Saskatoon. At one point expected to have over 500 former Blades here to celebrate hockey, celebrate life, and relive old memories.
Darren Dietz, he'll send it to Duncan Siemens. No shot. There's one that goes wide. Final 10 seconds. Knights are moving on to the semifinal. They'll play Portland tomorrow. Crowd that's left here at Credit Union Center saluting their Saskatoon Blades. There's the buzzer. The Knights, they're still in this thing. Their championship hopes are alive.